Hey everybody, this is TJR. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. If not, welcome back. 24 hours ago, yesterday, I talked about the box set release announcement for Queen's debut album, now being retitled Queen 1, and mentioned that I was keeping my fingers crossed for the Beatles Rubber Soul box set. And 24 hours later, those hopes were dashed. Instead, we are getting the Beatles 1964 US albums in mono set. So before I tell you what I think about all this, we're just going to read from the press release here. Originally compiled for US release between January 1964 and March 1965 by Capitol Records and United Artists, 7 Beatles albums have been analog cut for 180-gram audiophile vinyl from their original mono master tapes for global release on November 22nd by Apple Corps Limited /Capital/UME. Out of print on vinyl since 1995, the 7 mono albums are available now for pre-order in a new 8 LP box set titled The Beatles 1964 US albums in mono, with 6 of the titles also available individually. This is going to include Meet the Beatles, the Beatles' second album, A Hard Day's Night original motion picture soundtrack, Something New, Beatles 65, and the early Beatles. Now, unique to this set will be the 2 LP set, The Beatles Stories. The other 6 LPs will be available individually if you don't want to buy the entire set. All of these releases will feature faithfully replicated artwork and new 4-panel inserts with essays written by American Beatles historian and author Bruce Spicer. Hopefully I've said that name correctly. The album's new vinyl lacquers were cut by Kevin Reeves at Nashville's East Irish Studios. Now, let me talk about this here, and let me give my own perspective. My understanding about the US releases is that the Beatles were never happy with the sound of them. And that is why when the entire Beatles US catalog was released as a CD box set in 2014, it was released with the audio from the 2009 stereo and mono remasters. So I am assuming that this new vinyl set will be pressed off the original UK mono master tapes versus, whatever they sent to the US. And if this is the case, why not just re-release the Beatles in mono vinyl box set like the Stones did with the Stones in mono in 2023? Honestly, there is so much fan demand for this that aftermarket prices for this set are currently off the chart. No one would have accused the Beatles of copying the Stones on this one, and a re-release of this set would have been greeted with the same open arms as the Stones re-release of their mono set was. Now, as for myself, I never bought the US CD box set in 2014 because I thought it was superfluous, and I still do. But I want to tell you, if you bought it and enjoyed it, more power to you. And if you are excited for this new vinyl US album mono set, which, by the way, I should also add, is not the entire US catalog. But if you're excited for it, I am happy for you. And in fact, I will even say I'm jealous because I wish I could be excited about it. But honestly, I can't, because the potential for what they could have done by re-releasing the Beatles in mono vinyl set instead is just, to me, so obvious that it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Before shooting this, I was telling Superfan about this release, and her response was a reference to flogging a dead horse. Michael Nolan at the Bottom Line channel commented to me that he thought this was a bogus release. And honestly, I agree. About the only good thing that I could say about this set is that if you did miss the original Beatles and mono vinyl set, like I did, then this release will give you at least some of that experience. Full disclosure. As I said earlier, I never purchased the US CD set, but I did pick up a copy of Yesterday and Today. I bought it for fun because it featured the butcher cover. And just like with that set, I will not be buying this new set, but for fun, I might get an individual copy of Meet the Beatles. By the way, I should also mention before I go that Giles Martin is working on new stereo remixes for all of the Beatles tracks from Rubber Soul going backwards that have not already received a new stereo remix. So we are going to get those for the British catalog eventually. And I understand if they need more time for a Rubber Soul box set, no problem. But I can't help but look at this release as a missed opportunity. Of course, you never know. Re-releasing the mono box set might be part of the game plan down the road. But I think that would be kind of messed up to the fans who bought this set because they missed out on the Beatles in mono set originally. Quick side note, last Sunday's video essay was about the album Grace by Jeff Buckley, which I still kind of refer to as one of the greatest albums that you've probably never heard of. This album has received praise from artists like Jimmy Page, who doesn't give out comments lightly, and Bob Dylan and David Bowie. And yet I still find it sad that a lot of people have never listened to it. So I did a video essay about it last Sunday. That video has not gotten the love that I think it deserves, and I'd really appreciate it. If you have the chance, please check it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think you'll really appreciate being able to hear about this album. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Either way, I'm curious to hear what you have to say. Your opinion on this is just as valid as mine. Unless, of course, your opinion is that you don't like me. In which case, what do you know? And why are you even watching this channel, for crying out loud? As always, if you like these videos, be sure to hit like, hit subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon so you never miss a video. A big shout out and thank you to my Patreon supporters. Patreon supporters do receive exclusive weekly videos not available on this channel. If you'd like to be a Patreon supporter, go to patreon.com/TJR the original. Make a monthly pledge. If you can't, I understand. You can always leave a one-time super thanks for any video that I post. And if you can't do that, you can help this channel always by just clicking like. It is free to do, and it helps this channel tremendously. Everybody, thank you so much for stopping by. It's always a pleasure, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.